Recently, I've been waking up in the morning to go for a run through the city. These times are oftentimes the darkest hours in a city's life. The streets are lonely. Most everything is still sleeping. Aside from my breath and the sound of my feet hitting the pavement, the darkness is the only thing that anyone can sense or experience. The Gospel of John records that early in the morning on the first day of the week, while it was still dark outside, when the stars were still out and the streets were solemnly still, Mary Magdalene walked to the tomb, Jesus' tomb. I always imagined her walk to be one of mourning in memory in the total darkness. As she walked, memories of better days flooded her thoughts. Jesus was adored back then, loved back then, cared about back then, and surrounded by people who longed for him to save them or heal them or love them. Those were the days when Jesus was still a hero, feeding and healing and loving and leading all of those people. As Mary walked in the dark silence that morning, my guess is her memories were even beginning to illuminate the darkness of morning, until that is she came upon the grave. When she got there, she noticed something was different. The stone had been rolled away. But what does that mean? Easter is about being confronted by more hope than we can handle in the moments we least expect it. It's about understanding an empty tomb as being a good thing, as a sign that reminds us that Jesus saves his best work for the cemetery, that Jesus reserves his greatest power for the grave, that he asserts his most holy act not for the light, but rather in the midst of morning darkness. Not only does he conquer death, but he overwhelms it with his life and his light. And that's what I like most about running in the morning, because it helps me to remember that on Easter morning, Jesus meets us here and now. Wherever we are, no matter what we're going through, running from or walking with, Easter reminds us with confidence and grace that the worst thing is never the last thing. That love wins and there's nothing you can do about it. The grave has been overcome, for Jesus is the resurrection and the life. For we too have seen the Lord. Because Christ the Lord is risen today.